What prosecutors here in the UK have said they have charged the former BBC Radio DJ Tim Westwood with 4 counts of rape, 9 counts of indecent assault and 2 other counts of sexual assault. So those details coming in the last few minutes. Here in the studio with me is our senior UK correspondent, Seema Katecha. And Seema, just tell us a little more what the Crown prosecution have actually said in the last few minutes.
Yes, right. So Matthew, as you say, Tim Westwood, 68-year-old, used to be a DJ on 1Extra for many, many years. He has now been charged with 9 counts of indecent assault, 2 counts of sexual assault, 4 counts of rape. Now, these relate to non-recent offences between 1983 and 2016 involving 7 women, so they're not recent, and he's going to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on the 11th of November. We can tell you what the CPS say. They say that they've decided to prosecute Tim Westwood for a series of serious offences. Our prosecutors have established that there is sufficient evidence to bring the case to trial and that it is in the public interest to pursue criminal proceedings. The Crown Prosecution Service reminds everyone that criminal proceedings are active and that the defendant has the right to a fair trial. I can bring you a few more details from the Metropolitan Police about these allegations of these offences. He's been charged with the following. In 1983, a 17-year-old girl was indecently assaulted in the Fulham area of London. In 1986, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in the Vauxhall area of London. Between 1995 and 1996, a female between the ages of 17 and 18 was raped in London. It is also alleged that the same woman was sexually assaulted in central London within the same time frame. Between 2000 and 2001, a female between the ages of 17 and 18 was raped and sexually assaulted in London. In 2010, a woman in her 20s was raped in London. In 2010, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in Stroud. In 2016, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in the Finchley area of London. And as I said, these charges relate to 7 different women.
A couple of questions. Remind people watching around the world a little more about who Tim Westwood was. How long did he work for the BBC? When did these allegations first emerge? And has there been any reaction from him or the BBC?
Yes, so he worked on 1Extra for many, many years. One of the most famous DJs at that time. And some of our viewers and listeners may recall that in, let me just remind you of the date, 2022 in April, the BBC actually carried out an investigation where it heard from 18 different women making very serious allegations about Tim Westwood. That investigation was carried out by a reporter, Chichi Azundu. That was back in 2022. So a very prominent DJ at that time. We've not heard anything.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I had a link in the description where you can watch the clip in the beginning in full from BBC as the news hit earlier today that DJ Tim Westwood was hit with some heavy allegations. And I'm going to get into the write-up in just a second to kind of just go back over some key points of what they laying out and what they talking about. As I just learned today, he actually worked for the BC, which stands for British Broadcasting Corporation over there, and this is all one umbrella for the news, the media, and radio, broadcasting, all of it. And he actually worked for them. Now they reporting on that he caught this case. Now I remember seeing this a few years ago. They said it was back in 2022 with the allegations in the news, but he has not officially been charged. Tim Westwood, no doubt about it. This is a nigga I done watched a lot on the internet. A lot of freestyles, legendary moments. I still go back and watch that one from DMX when DMX was out there turned up to this day. I know a lot of ones that went viral throughout the years. Of course, I know the Migos did their thing over there. I want to say Ray Sherman did their thing over there. Dolph and Key Glock, the list just goes on and on. Future. He got some, I remember back in the day, he had classic moments with Birdman, just everybody in the culture when they went over there to London. That was like the stop you had to go to. But to see him accused of this is wild. And some of these cases right here go back to 83 and 85 and 86. Nigga, I wasn't even born yet. To hear that he's being accused of that time frame, I'ma say innocent until proven guilty, but we gotta wait and see how everything play out. Innocent until proven guilty. I ain't finna throw that jacket on a nigga. I ain't seen no type of proof, no type of concrete cement evidence. But I'll say this, that nigga do give, we ain't playing with nobody's stuff or nothing they going through. But Westwood, boy, them throwing that jacket on, you do be giving off some little different type of vibes just looking at you, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But a nigga not finna throw that jacket on no nigga at all, man. And the write-up says this. Ex-BBC Radio 1 and former Capital Extra DJ Tim Westwood has been charged with 4 counts of rape. The Metropolitan Police has said the 68-year-old has also been charged with 9 counts of indecent assault and 2 counts of sexual assault. The charges related to 7 women, with the allegations spanning from 1983 to 2016. Mr. Westwood is due to appear at a Westminster Magistrates Court on the 10th of November. Lionel Eden, chief crown prosecutor, said, "Our prosecutors have established that there is sufficient evidence to bring the case to trial and that it is in the public interest to pursue criminal proceedings. The Crown Prosecution Service reminds everyone that criminal proceedings are active and the defendant has a right to a fair trial." Mr. Westwood was an early champion of hip-hop in the UK and came to public attention when he began hosting his rap show on Radio 1 from 1994. In 2022, following a joint investigation with The Guardian, BBC News broadcast accusations by 18 women of predatory and unwanted sexual behavior and touching in an alleged incidents from 1992 to 2017. Mr. Westwood has denied claims of misconduct. And as I said before, innocent until proven guilty. Fair trial, bro. Because how they going back to all these years, 40 years ago, 42, 43, bro, I'm just like, I don't know, bro. I mean, how could y'all have sufficient evidence to charge somebody for something in 83 unless bro was recording and taking a journal or something like that? Unless he was on camera and y'all wouldn't roll back the tapes. But technology wasn't even where it was at today. But they accusing him of these things. This is heavy. It's really not nothing to play with. I'm not joking at the situation, but I just had to get out. That nigga do be coming off a little, throwed off a little bit. But I wouldn't accuse bro of that, dog. They would have to show me the proof and evidence of it. But bro got some legendary moments in the culture. Y'all done seen them before. But to see it turn out like this, they taking boys down through there, man. We've been seeing what happened with these last few years. Nigga, they giving it to them over there in London now too, it seems, bro. And we'll just have to see how everything play out. The facts will be presented. Stay out the way. See Diddy locked up. See they trying to take Smokey Robinson down through there. See they took Shannon Sharp down through there on the civil matter. Tried to take Jay-Z down through there. Tyler Perry going down through there now. R. Kelly going down. Yeah, it's real in the field right now, bro. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos. All that 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.